I have watched many build towers without consulting the foundation. I have seen entrepreneurs rise quickly, only to fall because the blueprint wasn't mine. I do not bless hustle detached from my heart. I do not honor visions that exclude me from the origin. My child, before you ask me to increase your influence, ask me to reveal the design. What most entrepreneurs miss is not more marketing or capital. It's my voice. And if you want overflow, if you truly want to multiply what I placed in your hands, you must come back to the blueprint, the one I wrote for you, the one I whispered before your first breath, what I authored in the secret place, not what the world applauded in the public square. This is not just a word for your bank account. This is a word for your blueprint, for your alignment, for your assignment. Stay with me. Don't miss this divine release. Set aside every other voice for a moment. Block out the noise of competition and comparison, because I am revealing what others miss, the secret path of kingdom entrepreneurs who don't just prosper for themselves, but prosper to establish heaven on earth. Say it loud right now. Blueprint, alignment, overflow. Speak it again until your spirit begins to recognize what your mind tried to dismiss. Do you remember how I gave Noah the exact dimensions of the ark? Not approximate. Exact. The length, the width, the material. It all mattered. Why? Because his assignment was not just about building. It was about saving. And your assignment is not just about profit. It's about preservation, impact, deliverance, restoration. You're not just creating products. You're crafting portals of glory. You're not just building companies. You're birthing kingdom movements. Genesis 6:14 wasn't just instruction, it was impartation. Make yourself an ark of cypress wood, make rooms in it, and coat it with pitch inside and out. I gave every detail, because when I assign overflow, I protect it with precision. Do not think your details are too small for me to notice. The color, the message, the pricing, the structure, I care about it all, because it all becomes a testimony of my order in the chaos of man's confusion. You've been running after mentorships, models, methods. But are you running to me? You've watched the influencers. But have you sat with the one who designed influence itself? I am not against wisdom. I am against replacements. I will use counselors, but I remain the counselor. I will guide you through strategy, but I must remain the source. Overflow doesn't come from mimicking. It comes from revelation. I do not copy. I create. And I called you to do the same. Say it boldly. Jesus, rewrite my strategy. Show me the design. Entrepreneurship without encounter is empty. You may gather riches, but you won't carry rest. You may find customers, but not covenant. But I didn't call you to be famous. I called you to be fruitful. John 15:16 is still true. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you so that you might go and bear fruit, fruit that will last. And fruit that lasts only grows from roots that go deep in me. What most entrepreneurs miss is that overflow doesn't start with income. It starts with instruction. What was the last thing I told you to do? Did you finish it? Or did you pivot because results didn't come quick? You want me to bless the next step, but I'm still waiting on obedience in the last one. Delayed obedience is still disobedience, and I cannot bless what I didn't speak. Return to the word. Return to the instruction. Return to the fire. Overflow isn't random. It's released. When I spoke over the 5 loaves and 2 fish, they multiplied. When I breathed on the widow's oil, it never ran out. When I commanded the nets, they broke with fish. What changed wasn't the resource, it was the release. And I'm telling you now, when I release favor on your obedience, what looks small becomes supernatural. What feels delayed becomes destiny. What the world ignored becomes the cornerstone. Psalm 127:1 cries out in truth, "Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain." Have you asked me to bless what you built? Or have you asked me what to build? Because I don't fund vanity, I fund vision. Not man's vision, mine. And my vision for you is not mediocre. It's not barely enough. It is abundance with purpose, prosperity with purity, wealth with worship. Declare it now. I build by your word. I don't move unless you speak. I am looking for those who will carry overflow without letting it carry them away, for hearts that remain humble while hands expand, for leaders who still bow before they brand. Because when I pour out overflow, I test the vessel. Will you still worship if the customers don't come this quarter? Will you still tithe when the numbers fall flat? Will you still follow the blueprint when your peers pivot to trends? That's why the shaking came, that's why the pause hit. I wasn't punishing you. I was protecting you. I needed to strip away everything that became louder than my voice. I had to shut down some noise so you could hear me clearly again. Now, listen. Listen to my spirit. Listen to my whispers in the night. I am speaking again. And this time, I'm not just talking vision. I'm releasing volume, acceleration, favor that flows through obedience. Overflow is coming, but it's not the kind you expect. It's not just clients. It's clarity. It's not just sales. It's strategy. It's not just money. It's movement. You are building something that others will run into for refuge. Your company isn't just a service, it's a shelter. Your voice isn't just a brand, it's a banner over broken ones. I'm turning your blueprint into a breakthrough for others. Say this loud. Jesus, make my life a blueprint for heaven's overflow. Like this message right now if your spirit feels the fire. Let the heavens see your agreement. This is not just a video, it's a visitation. I am calling my builders back to the blueprint. And what I build cannot be shaken. What I anoint cannot be sabotaged. What I design, I defend. Your blueprint is blessed. Walk in it. You've been asking for clarity, but I've been waiting for your surrender. Clarity is not the first step, trust is. If I showed you the full picture, would you still need me? If I laid out every result, would your dependence shrink? That's why I give blueprints in pieces. Because I'm not trying to impress you, I'm trying to form you. Formation happens in the unknown, in the quiet, in the steps where you obey even when the vision is unfinished. Abraham didn't see the full map. I told him in Genesis 12:1, "Go to the land I will show you." Not the land I've explained, the land I will show. It required movement without a manual, but that's where miracles are born. In the in-between. In the steps you take when nothing makes sense but everything in your spirit says yes. Overflow comes after obedience. And obedience starts with movement. You've been carrying seeds and wondering why there's no fruit. But the seed doesn't grow in your hand. It grows in the soil of surrender. You must plant it. Release it. Stop holding the vision hostage. Stop overthinking every possibility. Move. Write. Launch, share, building start. I'm with you. You will not fail if you follow. Say it loud. My job is obedience. The outcome belongs to God. I'm training you to trust my timing. Entrepreneurs in the world rush, chase, and grasp, but my children listen, rest, and respond. There is a rhythm to my blessing, a pattern to my provision. When I fed the 5,000, I told the disciples to make the people sit down in groups, structure before supply, order before outpour. If I gave you more now, would it flow or would it break you? Would it multiply or drown your schedule, your peace, your worship? Luke 9:14-17 shows it clearly. They followed my steps. They sat them down. And then I took the bread, blessed it, broke it, and multiplied it. The blessing was never in the amount. It was in the submission. Do you trust me enough to structure your life according to my word? Will you sit when I say sit, pause when I say wait, move when I say go? There's power in pause, there's glory in slow. Fast isn't always favor. I'm not rushing you. I'm refining you. What most entrepreneurs miss is that overflow is attracted to divine discipline, not legalism, alignment, spiritual structure, financial stewardship, time consecration. I'm not giving more until you can handle more. And when I see that you've honored the small, I release the large. Say this with me. Jesus, teach me to steward like heaven sees. Do not underestimate how heaven sees your business. It may look like a product, a platform, a page, but I see a lifeline. I see souls on the other end of your obedience. I see marriages healed because of your message. I see single moms fed because of your overflow. I see broken men restored because you dared to be bold. This isn't side hustle. This is sacred. This is a kingdom assignment disguised as an earthly endeavor. You are not behind. You are not too late. You didn't miss your moment. The reason it hasn't broken open yet is because I was still breaking the mindset inside of you. The fear, the striving, the self-reliance, I had to purge it. Because you can't carry this level of blessing with old patterns of panic. You can't hold tomorrow's overflow with yesterday's container. So I emptied you, to fill you again. New wine needs new wineskins. You prayed for more, and I responded with the wilderness. Not to punish, to prepare, not to crush, to clarify. You needed to walk through quiet seasons where the phone didn't ring, the clients didn't show, and the results didn't appear. Because that's where you learned who your source is. And now, you'll never mistake a customer for your provider again. Isaiah 48:17 declares, I am the Lord your God, who teaches you what is best for you, who directs you in the way you should go. I'm not just your savior, I'm your strategist. I will show you how to structure your week. I will reveal when to post, where to move, what to build. I'm the ultimate CEO, but I only lead surrendered leaders. Are you willing to lead under my lordship? Speak this with authority. My business is led by Jesus. My calendar belongs to the King. There are downloads I want to give you. Financial models that are hidden in heaven's archives. Marketing systems that come from Proverbs, not platforms. Team structures I've embedded in the book of Acts. You've read business books. Now let me give you Bible blueprints. Because everything you need has already been breathed. You just need ears to hear, eyes to see, and a heart ready to yield. You've seen the world glorify burnout. They brag about sleepless hustle, late-night grinding, non-stop chasing. but I offer rest. And rest multiplies. When I rested on the seventh day, it wasn't because I was tired. It was because completion speaks louder than chaos. I want you to rest, not just physically, but spiritually. Rest from fear. Rest from comparison. Rest from the belief that you're not enough. You are enough. Because I called you. I equipped you. I filled you. The blueprint I wrote for your business includes overflow, but also joy, peace, laughter, family time, mental clarity. I didn't call you to lose your soul while trying to gain success. Mark 8:36 still thunders in the spirit. What good is it for someone to gain the whole world yet forfeit their soul? This is your turning point. This is your realignment. The world taught you to grind. I'm teaching you to grow. The world taught you to scale. I'm teaching you to sow. The world wants profit at all costs. I want purity that invites power. You are called to be set apart. Your business will not look like theirs. Your results won't follow their graphs. You will receive more than you imagined. But it won't come by force. It will come by flow. Flow that begins with my word. Flow that responds to my spirit. Flow that multiplies the moment your heart says yes. Let the world watch, let them wonder. Because when it happens, when the overflow hits, you'll know it wasn't random. It was revelation. It was me. And you'll say, "This is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes." Say it right now with faith. My overflow begins with obedience. Like this message now, if your spirit feels stirred, let this be your moment of agreement. This is not just instruction. This is impartation. My voice is aligning your life again. You don't need the world's formula. You need my fire. You don't need another trend. You need the truth. The blueprint for overflow has always been me. Come back to the blueprint. Come back to Jesus. I know you've asked, Lord, what's next? And I respond, what's next is not something new. What's next is alignment with what I already placed inside of you. You've been looking for an external open door, but I've already put the key inside your spirit. The blueprint for your overflow was never hidden from you. It's been hidden in you. And now, I am awakening it. The dreams you dismissed, I'm reviving them. The ideas you buried, I'm breathing on them. The goals you postponed, I'm quickening them. Because it's time to build again. But this time, with me. This time, by my design. This time with oil on every step. You've seen how the world builds. Fame before fruit. Noise before nurture. Crowds before covenant. But I'm flipping the order. I'm teaching my kingdom entrepreneurs to build from the inside out. From the spirit, not from strategy alone. I'm releasing fresh wind to those who refuse to copy and are ready to create with me. Say this with full conviction. I am not called to replicate. I am anointed to originate. Do not despise the days of small beginnings. You've called it slow. I call it steady. You've called it struggle. I call it structure. You're not being overlooked. You're being observed. I've watched how you steward the little. I've seen how you remain faithful when it feels fruitless. And because of that, because of the unseen obedience, I'm about to do the unthinkable. Zechariah 4:10 reminds you, do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. Did you catch that? I rejoice not when you reach the end, but when you begin. When you start with shaky hands and stubborn faith. When you launch even though you still feel lack. When you move forward, even though the numbers don't match. That's where I show up. That's where I pour out grace. You want me to bless your platform, but I want to bless your posture. Because when your heart is surrendered, your business becomes a sanctuary. It becomes more than a vehicle for money. It becomes a vessel for miracles. I will use your business to restore families, to break generational poverty, to disciple nations. And it begins with your obedience. There is a remnant of entrepreneurs rising who won't be moved by metrics, but by my spirit, who won't bow to algorithms, but will kneel in prayer, who will tithe not just their money, but their time, their skills, their creativity. You are one of them. You feel the pull, the sacred whisper to step away from the noise and re-enter my presence. I am here, and I am speaking. Let my words rearrange your week. Let my voice disrupt your routines. You are not building for quarterly results. You are building for eternal reward. You will not stand before investors at the end of your life. You will stand before me, and I will ask, did you do what I told you to do? Declare this in faith. Jesus, I receive fresh clarity. I release every counterfeit plan. Clarity is coming now. Supernatural clarity. Blueprints will download in dreams. Instructions will come mid-conversation. Ideas will flow in the middle of worship. I'm not just filling you, I'm forming through you. I'm forming systems, books, courses, strategies, networks, not for ego, but for eternity. You've asked for open doors, I'm asking for open hands. You've asked for acceleration, I'm asking for surrender. You've asked for followers, I'm asking for faith. Because what's coming requires an empty vessel, not just a talented one. I don't move through perfect people. I move through pure hearts. 2 Timothy 2:21 is truth for you now. Those who cleanse themselves will be instruments for special purposes, made holy, useful to the master, and prepared to do any good work. You are being prepared. That's why the process felt long. But the longer the process, the deeper the foundation. And the deeper the foundation, the higher the structure. Don't compare your timeline to theirs. Don't rush what I'm stretching. You are not on man's clock. You are on heaven's calendar. I've set the appointment. I've ordained the breakthrough. And no delay, no devil, no doubt can stop what I've marked for your life. Let these words go deep. Heaven's timeline is perfect. I am right on time. Now listen, this message, this word you're receiving, it didn't arrive by accident. It was sent by divine design. And if you feel the weight of this word, the pull of heaven, the fire rising inside you, respond. Like this message now. Let it be your act of faith. Let it mark the moment where you said yes again. Yes to the blueprint. Yes to the call. Yes to the hard obedience. And if your spirit is stirred to sow, do it with joy. If this message has shifted something inside you, consider supporting the mission. Give a super thanks of $111 to support the ministry. Not out of pressure, but out of partnership. Every word released here is labored in prayer, born in unity, and carried by a team devoted to my voice. Your seed helps spread this fire to others who are one message away from realignment. If you feel led, sow. Like the video. Share it. And keep walking. There are places I'm sending you that don't require your pitch. They require your presence. You won't need to prove yourself. My glory will go before you. Your preparation is your promotion. Your integrity is your influence. And your overflow will not come through manipulation. It will come through mercy. Let this be your cry. Jesus, multiply what I surrender. Get ready. This is not the end of your effort. This is the beginning of your overflow. The blueprint is rising. The oil is flowing. The favor is activated. The ideas are anointed. You're not just a builder. You're a breaker of chains, a releaser of light, a messenger of heaven in a marketplace that desperately needs it. Keep your ears open. The next instruction may come when you least expect it, but when it comes, obey quickly. Because every yes you give to me, every moment you respond in faith, builds something that no storm can destroy. You are chosen. You are sent. You are aligned. You've looked around and wondered why others seem to soar while you've been still. You've seen businesses bloom overnight, influencers gain platforms in days, and you asked, Lord, am I missing something? And my response to you is this: what they gained in speed, you are gaining in strength. Because what I am building in you isn't for a moment. It's for movements. I do not develop microwave success. I forge generational endurance. The overflow you're stepping into won't fade. It won't fluctuate with trends. It will be steady, solid, secure, not because of your brilliance, but because of your blueprint, the one I've placed in your heart. You don't need to copy what they've done. You only need to commit to what I've said. Psalm 90:17 anchors you now. May the favor of the Lord our God rest on us. Establish the work of our hands. Yes, establish the work of our hands. I'm not just giving you a spark. I'm establishing your hands. I'm setting roots so deep that when the winds blow, you remain. Your business, your mission, your impact, rooted in righteousness, sustained by surrender. Do not chase the shortcut. There is no shortcut to what I've destined. Only steps. One act of obedience at a time. You're building an altar, not a brand. A legacy, not just a livelihood. And I promise you, when I build something through you, no one can shut it down. Say this boldly: I don't want shortcuts, I want structure, I want Jesus' design. Even now I'm rearranging your plans. You had an idea of how this would go. You set timelines, made projections, planned content, set goals. But I'm shifting the blueprint, because what you thought was the destination was only the setup. What you thought was the cap is now the floor. My plans exceed yours, not just in scope, but in holiness. Jeremiah 29:11 is not a cliche, it's covenant. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. You don't need to invent your future. You need to inherit it. And you inherit it not through striving, but through surrender. The inheritance is already written. Your role is to receive it through obedience. Let go of the pressure to perform. You were never designed to carry the weight of outcomes. You're not responsible for the results. You're responsible for the response. When I speak, respond. When I lead, follow. When I shift, surrender. This is not a formula. It's a flow of favor that comes when you trust the Father more than you trust your plan. There's a reason I taught kingdom principles through farming, because soil, seed, and seasons require trust. You cannot rush growth. You cannot force harvest. You cannot fake fruit. It happens only when roots go deep and light shines faithfully. And I am the light. I am the living water. I am the one who causes growth. Let these words settle in your spirit. I plant, I water, but God gives the increase. You've been faithful in the little, and now I am increasing your capacity. You're going to see increase, yes, but it won't overwhelm you, because I've been enlarging your ability to carry it. Through quiet seasons, through lonely obedience, through thankless stewardship. You were expanding in hiddenness, and now I am revealing what's been maturing in the secret place. You will not fumble what's coming, because you've been formed in fire. Isaiah 54:2-3 sings over you. Enlarge the place of your tent. Do not hold back. Lengthen your cords. Strengthen your stakes. For you will spread out to the right and to the left. This isn't just about visibility. It's about velocity. I'm stretching you not to stress you, but to sustain you for what I'm about to release. Prepare for more. Not more burden. More flow. More reach. More impact. More provision. But the more doesn't come through multitasking. It comes through mission clarity. When you know what I've assigned, you won't waste time doing what looks good but isn't God. That's the blueprint of kingdom overflow. Laser-focused obedience. Say it now. I walk in mission clarity. I do only what Jesus directs. I've seen you question if your vision was too small. But let me tell you, the vision I gave you was perfect. The world may overlook it. Algorithms may hide it. Clients may hesitate. But heaven has already endorsed it. And if I've endorsed it, it's only a matter of time before doors open and hearts respond. I've also seen the discouragement you carried, the hours you poured out with little return, the posts that got ignored, the emails unanswered, the collaborations that fell flat. I saw it all, and still I say, keep going. Because obedience doesn't go unnoticed in heaven. Every hour of building in secret is weight in the Spirit, and weight in the Spirit creates glory in the earth. Galatians 6:9 whispers over your heart, let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Do not give up. The harvest is already growing underground. You can't see it yet, but it's moving. You've broken through in ways the world doesn't see. The soil is shifting. The heavens are open. Keep building. Let this be your war cry. I am a harvester. I won't quit. I won't fold. I'm chosen. And in the midst of all this, don't forget, I called you to rest. Rest is part of overflow. Sabbath is part of the strategy. You don't win more by doing more. You win by walking with me. Overflow is not about running ahead. It's about walking beside me in step, in sync, in stillness. Psalm 23 is still your blueprint. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. That's not poetic. It's prophetic. When I lead, you don't lack. When I guide, you don't grasp. When I anoint, you don't have to announce. I make your cup overflow when your feet follow my footsteps. So walk with me. Let me build with you. Let me breathe through your creativity, your strategy, your launch, your marketing, your messaging. Let me co-write every campaign. Let me lead every boardroom decision. I'm not only your savior, I'm your business partner. And like this message, if your spirit knows I'm speaking, this is not entertainment. This is encounter. Let your response be an altar. Your agreement opens doors. I'm standing with you, my child, not just for Sunday, for every work week, every project, every harvest, every seed. The reason the warfare increased lately isn't because you did something wrong. It's because you stepped into something right. You crossed over from inspiration to implementation, from desire to discipline, from preparation to pursuit. And the enemy recognized the danger of your obedience. He tried to cloud your focus, drain your strength, confuse your timing. But what he didn't realize is that your commitment doesn't depend on comfort. It depends on covenant. You are not moved by external pressure. You are moved by internal fire, my fire. And that fire is consuming what cannot carry my vision. I'm burning away every lie that told you you're not capable. I'm exposing every system that kept you cycling in stagnation. I'm stripping away every false identity you wore to please people who never had permission to shape your purpose. Isaiah 43:2 still burns bright. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. You've walked through fire, but not alone. And the fire didn't destroy you. It refined you. It made your spirit untouchable, your faith unshakable, your vision undeniable. Say this now. I've been through the fire, but I carry the flame. Now watch. I'm positioning you in places your name entered before your feet did. You are walking into divine appointments you didn't network your way into. Because when you walk in my blueprint, favor walks with you. You don't have to kick down doors. I open them in sequence, at the appointed time, with angelic alignment. You'll recognize them not by comfort, but by peace. Peace will confirm the open door. Confusion will expose the counterfeit. You're about to meet destiny moments dressed in ordinary clothing. Don't miss them. Some of the most powerful partnerships in your life will begin with simple obedience. That small meeting, that passing conversation, that inner nudge, follow it. I'm not just working in boardrooms, I'm moving in quiet coffees, midnight worship, unexpected invitations. Let your ears hear this clearly. Obedience is your gateway to overflow. You will not need to strive to be seen. The ones I've assigned to help you will see you at the right time. The ones who need your voice, your product, your calling, they will find you. Because I have sent them. They are part of your provision. You're not chasing clients. You're walking into divine collisions. Acts 18:9-10 shows this truth. I told Paul, "Do not be afraid, for I have many people in this city. You don't know who they are yet, but I do. I've already spoken your name into their hearts. When the time is right, I will connect you, not through clout, but through covenant, not through followers, but through faith." And let me say this plainly. Stop measuring your influence by your numbers. The kingdom doesn't count like the world. The widow's 2 coins were worth more than the rich man's offering. David was still a shepherd when I chose him over Saul. Gideon was hiding in fear when I called him mighty. You don't need more exposure. You need more obedience. I'll handle the reach. Let it rise from your spirit. I will not be ruled by metrics. I will be led by Jesus. You're building something that doesn't just feed your generation. It funds the future. The ideas I'm giving you now will outlive your lifetime. This is legacy work, prophetic architecture. You're not just designing solutions. You're depositing heaven into Earth's system. You're not just working for income. You're preparing inheritances, kingdom solutions, spirit-led innovation. Proverbs 13:22 confirms it. A good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children. This doesn't just mean money. It means mindsets, vision, strategy, courage, purity. You are breaking the spirit of lack not just in your wallet, but in your family tree. What you build now will become someone else's foundation later. And don't be discouraged by slow seasons. There is power in hidden growth. Do not confuse quiet with absent. I am moving, even when you can't trace it. Roots grow deep in silence. I am stabilizing you. I'm grounding your character so that when promotion comes, you won't collapse under the weight of visibility. Psalm 1:3 is your portion. They are like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season. Whatever they do prospers. Fruit in season. Prosperity through plantedness. You don't need to be everywhere. You need to be where I've placed you. And where I plant, I provide. Where I assign, I anoint. Say this now and mean it. Jesus, plant me in purpose and prosper me through presence. Stop checking on the competition. I called you to create, not compare. I didn't call you to copy someone else's flow. I'm releasing a new one through you. Fresh rivers, new wells, ideas no one has seen. Solutions they'll say came from nowhere, but you'll know it came from me. Isaiah 43:19 is opening over your life. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Yes, it's new. And yes, you're the one I've trusted to steward it. The overflow will not come through what worked for others. It will come through what I've birthed in you. That book, that course, that voice, that vision. You are not behind. You are in divine position. Like this word right now, if your spirit bears witness. This moment is not random. It's revelation. This is heaven's yes over your assignment. I am confirming what you've carried in private. I'm sending my spirit to finish what fear tried to interrupt. You're not returning to the grind, you're returning to grace. Stay steady, stay aligned. I'll take care of the rest. I've already seen the overflow ahead. You've made it through the phase where doubt tried to disguise itself as logic. You've passed the point where comfort seduced you to quit. Now you are standing on the edge of divine unlocking. And what I'm releasing next cannot be contained by the old systems you were trapped in. You've broken the mold. Now let me break open the miracle. You've waited long enough for others to recognize your value. But I never called you to wait for permission. I called you to move with power. The anointing I placed on you was not given to be validated by man. It was confirmed in the wilderness, and now it will be revealed in your walk. The overflow is not coming because of their endorsement. It's coming because of your endurance. Romans 5:3-5 declares what's true of you. Suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope. And hope does not put us to shame. You have persevered when no one was watching. You kept showing up when it felt like no one cared. You kept building when results didn't show. And that perseverance has produced something the market can't teach. Faith that works by love, not by likes. Now the spotlight is shifting, not because you demanded attention, but because I'm drawing eyes to what carries my oil. I've placed an unmistakable glow on what you've touched. What you built in surrender will now be seen in strength. And don't worry about being ready. You're not launching from performance. You're launching from presence. Say this over your own heart. I carry God's presence into every project. Even now I am sending a fresh wave of clients, collaborators, and covenant connections. These are not just customers. They are kingdom alignments. They carry joy, not stress. They arrive with honor, not chaos. They know your worth without explanation, because I've prepared them to recognize my glory in you. And you will be surprised by the provision. What took others years will take you months, not because you cut corners, but because you walked in cadence with me. My favor moves faster than man's systems. You'll hear yes in places you never thought possible. You'll watch supply overtake your strategy. But this isn't just about you. I'm funding your obedience to free others. There are people tied to your yes. Whole neighborhoods, forgotten families, single mothers, creative dreamers, hidden leaders. They're watching how you build. And when you walk in overflow, they'll ask, "How did you do it?" And you'll say, "It was Jesus." Always Jesus. And for those whose hearts are stirred, whose lives are being recalibrated by this word, if you feel led, support what is supporting you. Sow into the soil that is feeding your future. Give a super thanks of $111 to support the ministry, not out of compulsion, but as covenant. This voice, this oil, this prophetic release is carried by faith and stewarded through sacrifice. Every message is born in prayer, purified by fire, and prepared with purpose. Your seed helps carry this fire to others, to cities, screens, and souls that are desperate for divine clarity. If you feel heaven prompting you, sow with expectation. Say it. I will bless what has blessed me. This is not charity. It's kingdom alignment. I'm not asking for your funds. I'm inviting you into partnership with my mission. Overflow is not measured by what you receive. It's proven by what you release. You are a river, not a reservoir. You are called to flow. And every time you give in faith, you increase your capacity for more. Now watch. Revelation is coming in layers. You'll hear my voice in your morning routine. You'll see divine strategy as you brainstorm. Downloads will hit mid-conversation. Blueprints will unfold while you sleep. You've opened the door. Now, I'm filling the house. Be ready. Keep a journal close. Keep your spirit open. This is not a drizzle. It's a downpour. Proverbs 16:3 is being fulfilled. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. This is not about randomness. It's about revelation. The next 6 months will not look like the last 6. I am doing a quick work. Suddenly doors. Unexpected solutions. Quiet miracles. Watch how I move. And don't you dare water down the message. I didn't call you to be popular. I called you to be pure. Don't twist the truth to fit into rooms I never assigned you to. Don't dim the oil to make others comfortable. This next season requires your boldest obedience, your clearest voice, your deepest conviction. Luke 9:26 must burn within you. Whoever is ashamed of me and my words, the Son of Man will be ashamed of them. You cannot carry my presence and please the crowd. You must choose. And I know you've already chosen. That's why I trust you with this level of overflow. You've proven that I'm still Lord when the spotlight fades. Say it with boldness. I won't dilute the glory. I'll deliver the message. So what happens now? You walk, you obey, you show up daily, not to grind, but to gather, not to push, but to plant. And every place your foot steps, I'll release provision. Your voice will go further. Your content will multiply. Your schedule will make space for rest. Your revenue will increase without burnout. Because this is the blessing of obedience, peace that multiplies while you sleep. Psalm 127:2 confirms it. He grants sleep to those he loves. Yes, I'm blessing you in the rest, in the calm, in the pause. The next big strategy isn't louder, it's deeper. It's not another sprint, it's steady steps with my spirit, and I'll show you where to go, whom to trust, what to cut, and when to launch. What I am doing in you now is not temporary. This is not a burst. It is a blueprint. It is a foundation that cannot be shaken, a well that will not dry up. You will never have to return to striving once you enter this rest. Because now you've tasted what it means to build by the Spirit. Not by pressure, not by panic, not by performance, but by presence. And my presence brings power. You are rising not because you found a formula, but because you surrendered to the flow. My flow. The kind that opens doors no man can shut. The kind that doesn't just bring opportunities, but brings discernment with them. I'm not just giving you favor, I'm giving you filters. Filters to know what's me and what's noise. Filters to know what's kingdom and what's distraction. Your clarity will terrify those who once confused you, because you will not entertain what once drained you. You will not chase what once deceived you. You will no longer accept counterfeit clients, toxic partnerships, or fear-driven decisions. You are building with clean hands, and clean hands attract clean rain. Isaiah 33:15-16 declares, He who walks righteously and speaks uprightly, bread will be given him, his water will be sure. I am securing your portion. You don't need to manipulate. You don't need to panic. You don't need to over-explain. What's for you is anchored. It's assigned. It cannot be canceled. Say it. I am aligned. I am anointed. I am anchored. I am breathing on your calendar. What used to take weeks will now take hours. What felt impossible will now feel inevitable. Because you're not working alone. You're working with me. I'm assigning my spirit to your schedule. And suddenly energy returns. Vision sharpens. Momentum increases. Because you've removed the idols of overwhelm, and you've made space for order. I am not the author of confusion, I am the master of clarity. I am pruning your to-do list to protect your divine assignments. Not every task is holy. Not every yes is obedience. Your time is sacred. Guard it. Honor it. Manage it like ministry. Because when your time is yielded, your business becomes worship. Ephesians 5:15-16 commands this. Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise but as wise, making the most of every opportunity, because the days are evil. And I say to you, wisdom is being restored. You won't waste another season chasing what I never commanded. From this moment on, every move you make will carry eternal weight. You are being trusted with what others mishandled. I'm restoring opportunities that were delayed because of immaturity. You are ready now. Your character is ready. Your voice is ready. Your systems are ready. This is the release you prayed for, and it's only just beginning. Declare this with fire. I am ready. I am refined. I am released. I see you as faithful, Not perfect. Faithful. I saw you show up when nothing made sense. I saw you tithe when your budget didn't stretch. I saw you pray over invoices, launch products in faith, declare truth into atmospheres that resisted you. I saw it all. And heaven does not forget the faithful. I will repay every sacrifice with strategy, every secret place with public breakthrough. What's coming is not small. It will make the critics whisper, but let them whisper, because my wind is louder. And my wind is carrying your name into boardrooms, inboxes, meeting tables, city councils. You are not hustling your way in. I'm blowing you in. You're not pushing. You're positioned. Psalm 75, 6-7 reminds you, no one from the east or the west or from the desert can exalt themselves. It is God who judges. He brings one down. He exalts another. You don't need to fight to be seen. I'm lifting you now. And what I lift cannot fall. Let your soul say it loud. I don't chase platforms. I carry presence. Your products will carry power, your voice will carry weight. Your offerings will carry healing. Because what you're building is not just business. It's revival, disguised in strategy. I've embedded kingdom code in what you're creating. People will buy and not know why they're weeping. They'll join and not know why they're healed. It's me. It's the anointing. It's the blueprint of glory you said yes to. And I say again, overflow is not just what you gain, it's what you give. You will give peace. You will give vision. You will give language to dreams others couldn't articulate. You'll unlock destiny just by being fully yourself in me. You're a walking blueprint of my overflow. Don't diminish your design. Don't dilute your direction. Don't delay your deployment. Walk in boldness. You're not behind, you're not broken, you're not overlooked. You are right on time. You are restored. You are chosen. You are not just launching another offer. You are launching a move of God. You are not just building a service. You are building sanctuary space for people to meet me through your obedience. You are not just releasing a product. You are releasing prophetic presence into a world full of noise. That's why this matters. That's why I've been so precise with you. Because every detail carries glory. The font you choose, the phrase you write, the system you use, I'm in it all. I'm not just moving in the miracles. I'm moving in your Monday morning decisions, in your Zoom calls, in your planning meetings, in your brainstorm notes. Stop separating the sacred from the strategic. Everything you do with me is sacred, and everything sacred multiplies. Let this settle in your spirit. Everything I touch by Jesus' design multiplies in purpose. You've waited for me to prove I'm in your business, but what if I've been waiting for you to treat your business like it's mine? You've prayed over the income, but have you submitted the invoices? You've asked for new clients, but have you dedicated your calendar? You've asked for growth, but have you surrendered your growth plan? I don't want partial access, I want the whole blueprint. When I gave Noah instructions for the ark, I didn't just tell him what to build. I told him how to cover it, how to seal it, how to position it. I gave him technology from heaven's mind, and that ark didn't just float, it preserved legacy. Genesis 6:22 reveals it. Noah did everything just as God commanded him. That's why he survived. That's why he multiplied. That's why his name echoes still. Because obedience built what the world had never seen. And so it is with you. I'm giving you blueprints that no one around you understands yet. But when the flood comes, your obedience will float. You're not here to compete. You're here to carry a completely new sound, a sound of heaven for the marketplace, a sound of mercy in digital spaces, a sound of my strategy inside boardrooms. I will teach you how to pitch. I will show you where to post. I will anoint your content with clarity, not for the sake of trend, but for the sake of territory. Declare it with passion. I take territory by the word of the Lord. Stop asking if you're too late. You are right on time. I've hidden you for impact. I've prepared you in silence. Your voice was trained in private to carry power in public. And now, when you speak, atmospheres will shift. Your emails will carry oil. Your course will break chains. Your business will attract angels because it is built on altar-level obedience. You're not working for accolades, you're working from assignment. And when the assignment is pure, the favor is permanent. You don't need another marketing plan. You need me to breathe on what I already gave you. Because my breath turns bones into armies. It turns scribbles into scrolls. It turns broken dreams into bold declarations. Ezekiel 37:5 will follow you now. This is what the sovereign Lord says to these bones. I will make breath enter you, and you will come to life. Your ideas are coming to life. Your projects are resurrecting. Your calendar is being realigned. Your bank accounts are being reordered. Your peace is being restored. My breath is entering the parts you buried, and overflow is being born again. Say it out loud, Jesus, breathe on what I thought was done. I'm not just bringing back momentum. I'm bringing holy fire. You'll find yourself waking up early again, full of vision. You'll dream solutions again, fresh from heaven. You'll speak with authority, even when the room is filled with resistance. Because I've placed my spirit upon you, and when I fill a vessel, nothing can stand against it. Acts 4:13 tells the story of those who had no degrees, no status, but still carried boldness. Why? They had been with Jesus. That's your secret weapon. That's your strategy. You have been with me. You sit with me. You yield to me. And that's what makes your work unstoppable. People will look at what you're building and wonder how it all came together. And the only answer you'll give is, this was the Lord's doing. And that humility will unlock even greater glory. Because you never touched my glory. You never took my credit. You always pointed back to me. Let this be your refrain, Jesus, I'll never forget who built it. You get the glory. And don't back down when I raise you, don't shrink when the spotlight hits. You were anointed for this level of favor. You were built to carry this level of impact. You will not apologize for my elevation. You will wear the crown of purpose with reverence, not pride. And your platform will become a pulpit. Like this message right now, if you know this word has been breathing life into your assignment. Don't scroll past this sacred moment. Agreement activates acceleration. This is not content, it's confirmation. Your blueprint is alive. Your vision is maturing, your obedience is speaking louder than ever. And I'm not finished yet. Now you understand. This was never about selling more. It was about surrendering deeper. This wasn't about making your name great. It was about revealing mine. Every twist in the journey, every delay, every moment that felt like silence. I was building something you didn't know you would need. I was establishing eternal infrastructure. I was solidifying a foundation that could carry supernatural supply. I don't do shallow, I don't do surface-level strategy. I do deep wells, deep surrender, deep revelation. And now, what has been cultivated in secret is ready to speak in the open. You are not just walking into a business season. You're walking into a birthing season. The blueprint is alive. The oil is flowing. And nothing can stop what I've declared. Say this with all authority. I am birthing overflow through obedience. What most entrepreneurs miss is that overflow isn't the end goal. It's the byproduct of intimacy with me. Those who abide in me bear much fruit. Those who walk with me multiply. Not because they chase opportunity, but because they carry me into every room. You don't need to convince anyone anymore. You are a living testimony of what happens when someone yields fully. John 15:5 comes alive now. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. You've remained, even when it hurt, even when they walked away, even when you saw others soar and you were still in the secret place. And now, the fruit is coming in waves. Fruit of rest, fruit of wisdom, fruit of wealth, fruit of healed identity, and yes, fruit of divine influence that reshapes industries. You're not just called to enter the marketplace, and you're called to transform it. I'm sending you in as a reformer, a blueprint bearer, a kingdom architect. They will ask, where did this come from? And you will say, from the throne room of God. And they will feel it. They will feel the difference between trendy and timeless, between hustled and holy, between man-made and anointed. This is what I want you to know as you move forward. You were never the underdog. You were hidden on purpose. You weren't overlooked. You were protected. And now, the protection becomes projection. I'm projecting my voice through yours. I'm expanding my reach through your hands. And I am multiplying what you were willing to give up. Now pause here, my child, because I am inviting you to join in the legacy of this word, not just as a hearer, but as a harvester. If this prophetic blueprint has confirmed what I've been whispering to your spirit, if you've felt my presence as this word poured over you, then respond in obedience. Give a super thanks of $111 to support the ministry, not as a tip, but as a trust move. It takes a united, praying, worshiping, word-carrying team to deliver messages like this into the world. And your support helps carry this oil to more ears, more cities, more weary entrepreneurs ready to be set free. If your heart is stirred, sow into the soil that's shaping you. Speak it with purpose. I am not just receiving overflow. I am sowing into the voice of God. Let this moment be memorialized in your spirit. You didn't just listen, you activated. You didn't just consume, you contributed. That's the blueprint. Flow in, pour out. Receive, release. Multiply, then multiply others. That's what overflow looks like in my kingdom. It never stops with you. It always flows through you. So here's what you must do now. Keep building. Keep praying. Keep adjusting when I say shift. Keep dreaming even if it still feels small. Keep watching for the divine appointments, because suddenly, and I mean suddenly, you're going to find yourself in rooms you never pitched for, around leaders you once only observed from afar, handling solutions that seemed beyond your previous skill set. Don't shrink. You belong there, because I put you there. And when I send someone, I equip them on arrival. Deuteronomy 8:18 is rising in your spirit. But remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth. I gave you the blueprint. I gave you the creativity. I gave you the drive, the discernment, the desire. And now, I'm giving you the demonstration. Others will see and know. This is what happens when someone builds with Jesus. Declare this loud. I carry the ability of heaven to build wealth with worship. And do not forget, this is only the beginning. You're about to look back on this moment and say, that was the message that realigned everything. And you'll trace miracles back to this decision, to this yes, to this moment of surrender and obedience. You're not hustling anymore. You're harvesting. You're not panicking anymore. You're planted. You're not wondering anymore. You're walking in the Word, like this video if your spirit knows it's true. Let your agreement be seen in action. And don't let this fire stop with you. The angels are standing guard over what we've built here. Heaven has witnessed your alignment. You didn't just listen. You leaned in. You didn't just receive. You repositioned your heart. You didn't just hear instructions. You obeyed the invitation. That's what separates the gifted from the chosen. The gifted perform, but the chosen carry. And you, my child, carry me. You carry my name into every digital space. You carry my breath into every creative room. You carry my fire into every quiet moment when doubt tries to creep back in. But it will fail, because what I've spoken is final, and what I've ignited in your spirit is protected by glory. From this day forward, your work will move with wind. You won't grind to be seen. You will flow to be faithful, because you've learned to build by my blueprint. A blueprint not written in business books or marketing manuals, but in the secret place. The place where oil flows and distractions die. You will always know where to return when the noise gets loud. The blueprint is hidden in my presence. Let this echo in your soul. I follow the blueprint. I follow Jesus. I build what he breathes. The nations will come to your rising. That's what my word says in Isaiah 60:3. Nations will come to your light, and kings to the brightness of your dawn. Your dawn is here, not because of your effort, but because of your obedience. And now that you've said yes, I will give you more than you asked for. Influence you didn't seek. Connections you didn't chase. Impact that doesn't just elevate you. It awakens others. You are not just a builder, you are a carrier, a reformer, a messenger. And messengers must be connected. That's why I'm calling you. Not just to receive this word and walk away, but to stay planted, to stay connected to the prophetic flow that birthed this blueprint in you. Join the God's Messenger membership right here at the Sacred Voice. That's where the deeper blueprints unfold. That's where consistent fire will continue to shape your month, your decisions, your next steps. Don't just come for a moment. Remain in the move. And if you've felt the weight of this word, if you know this message has stirred something you cannot deny, then share it. Yes, share this message with 5 or more people, family, friends, entrepreneurs, strangers on your feed, people in a dry place, desperate for divine design. Someone's freedom is waiting on your obedience. Don't hesitate. Release it. The ripple of your send may rescue someone's faith, someone's finances, someone's future. And remember, as you walk forward, this was never hype. This was heaven. This was me. Every sentence, every shift in your spirit, every moment your heart felt pierced. That was my voice confirming what I already placed inside you. You were born for this. You were built for this. And now, you are blessed for this. Go forward, not with fear, but with fire. Go forward, not as an echo, but as an original. Go forward, not in doubt, but in divine dominion. And when they ask you what changed, tell them the truth. Jesus gave me the blueprint and I followed.